And you saw it. You saw the Rock slap Cody. You were. He fucking slapped him. He slapped him. Joseph.
Warning. The following program is a gaggle of friends talking about happenings in the world. It is meant to be comedic, informative, and not really serious. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or this broadcasting platform. There may be some cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are a young person, please seek permission before listening any further. Sincerely, the people of Two Tired Dads. P.S. Don't sue us.
There.
I witnessed it.
You were there.
I witnessed it. I saw it.
Like, is this what we're elevating to in the pro wrestling world? And when I mean we, I mean yes, I guess. But the Rock just slapped Cody Rhodes. It dropped like multiple F-bombs live on YouTube.
It's getting real.
And like, yeah, I was gonna say, is this what we're in now? Like, you know, their whole entertainment. And you asked me what happened. I mean, let me just revert back. So, Dads, first and foremost, welcome back, dude. I have just started chilling, so you're getting super dopamine Devin right now, and Stacy's driving the plane doing damage control.
I'm sorry, that was hella funny. Hey, it's all good.
Where's the line?
Facts.
Well,
Isn't that what we play? Facts.
I'm Devin James.
Hey, I'm Stacy Bonds.
Yeah, we are the Two Tired Dads, man.
Yes, sir.
Bro, a lot of shit happened this week. I mean, you're doing good at work, man.
Hey,
I know we're about to eat good tomorrow.
Hey, I can't wait. I'm trying to figure out how I can get out of this 401k, this trash ass 401k. I'd rather invest my own money. I got better odds at me doing it than they do.
Well, then we need to talk. I mean, fuck. What do you mean? What do you good at that shit?
I am. That's what I like. Look, I am. We'll definitely talk more about it.
Well, I mean, hey, fuck it. Put yourself out there. I mean, if I were to because here's how I like to gamble when it comes to 401k shit. And Carrie hates me when I do this. We have yet to do it. But I told her I've done it once and I've yet to do it again. One time before leaving for vacation, I quit my fucking job. This is like when I was 23, and I grabbed my last paycheck. It was like $900. And we were going on vacation where my grandpa was paying for all this shit. I cashed that $900 and I took it to the casino, bro. 900 red, Jimmy, and it fucking landed on black. But
that's funny. I'm a roulette player, so like as far as I'm a high risk, high reward guy.
So is that what it's like equivalent to? Like when the investing, is it like stocks? Is it like I'm just curious.
I mean, it's definitely a gamble. I mean, but it's a calculated risk. I mean, if you do your research, right now it's wartime, baby. So you should put your money in natural resources. You're gonna get your money back. It's gonna come around. Another way to do it is just watch where Nancy Pelosi puts her money. And you're gonna win every time. She's the highest trader of all times. You're gonna win.
There's a Twitter called Nancy Pelosi's investment tracker or whatever.
Man, and look, when I tell you, follow it. I mean, you're not gonna go wrong. She's the highest earning stock trader of all time. Coincidence?
No.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, speaking of, it depends really who you ask. Who's at war? Are we at war?
Well, I think a lot of it is all propaganda. Again, we've talked about this. I think the media here is just full of propaganda. They want to pump fear into the hearts of people so they can control the masses.
Well, Carrie and I listened to the coveted Tucker interview. Like,
Tell us about it. I haven't had a chance yet. Talk to us, Devin.
bro, first of all, you got to give the guy props. Like,
He's a bad motherfucker, man.
no, I'm talking about Tucker. I'm not
That's
talking
what I'm
about
saying. Both of them are bad motherfuckers, but
and
Tucker to have the cojones to hop up and go to Russia against Ukraine, putting a hit on his head. Like,
yeah.
hey,
And you
it's
know
a
who?
brave
So
man.
you know who funded that program of the hits? It gets traced back to the CIA in Washington.
I don't doubt it.
And
Man, the
so,
CIA is traced to everything from
right. And so, like, that's what Putin's saying. He's like, Putin is basically motherfucking the CIA in his whole entire interview.
as he should. I mean, they fucked us.
He's speaking very intelligent. And first of all, folks who don't know me on politics, I think Stacy and everyone around me can vouch that I don't give a fuck about politics. I care literally more about professional wrestling than I do in politics. So,
lying,
like, I picky and doesn't mean I pay attention, right? Not I don't pay attention. Also, really quick, if you're watching from Facebook, can you just stop watching on Facebook and jump on YouTube, right? All right, and start watching us from YouTube. Just one of you. And if you're driving to work right now, or if you're walking around the office, you're at the smoke pit, and you're listening to us on Spreaker, which you should be, stop listening to us on Spreaker right now. Jump on Spotify. If you're a loyal Spotifyer and you're listening to us like you should be, stop right now. Jump on Amazon Music.
Switch it up.
Switch it up. Help us help you. Back to script. What I'm saying is,
Where do they find us, though?
You can find us on the Facebook, baby.
At Two Tired
Dads, baby. Yeah, of course. But what I was saying is, Putin's basically motherfucking the CIA. One interesting fact, he was saying, inflation is up for you guys about 3%. He said, when he spoke, bro, he spoke super intelligently.
He's not a dumb guy.
No, like
Russia loves him as much as they want to say they hate him. Russia loves that man.
They do, and I can like he's humorous. He's straight to the point. He doesn't shit on people.
He has a personality.
Yeah, he's like whenever he asked about a conversation with him and Biden, he goes, "I'm not going to tell you what Biden said, but I'm going to tell you what I said to Biden in his response." And he fucking says it like verbatim. And he goes, with that being said, I am now going to end that because you don't need to know what Biden said in response to that.
Well, they actually made an announcement that he said since Trump left office, the Biden administration doesn't reach out to him.
Yeah, he says he hasn't spoke to him since before. He did say that. He hasn't spoke to him since before the invasion or whatever the fuck. And he called him and he asked him to stop funding and he said no. And he's mad because when they originally came to terms, like with the whole Ukrainian war, they were like, all right, hey, we want you to back off Kyiv. He goes, it all started with Kyiv. He goes, at first they all wanted us we came to a treaty. He wanted us to back out X many miles away from the border, and they back X many miles away from the border. And so Russia immediately started following, the treaty, and they started immediately pulling motherfuckers back. And when they started pulling back, the Ukrainian forces were like, yeah, no, we're just going to move forward. And they fucking just pressed forward. And, Putin was like, what the fuck? And he's like, he goes, yeah, he thanked, he's like, this is honest journalism. And he goes, he thanked Tucker for honest journalism. He said that, that when before this whole sanction bullshit, that there was like Russia had about 80% of the US dollar circulating through Russia was 80%. Fucking shout out Jeremy, what up, baby? But he said ever since the sanctions, the US dollar presence in Russia went from 80% to like 16 or 13 or something like that. And he goes, that wasn't a Russia call, baby. That was a US call. And so that's to where like we have about a half hour left, 45 minutes left.
I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna actually watch it when we get done. I'm gonna have it on the TV.
Dude, you can't, Stacey J. You have to go on your phone and you have to go to Tucker Carlson's website. They blocked it on YouTube. They blocked it from streaming. Not Twitter. I mean, if you're able to stream it from Twitter to your TV, yay.
Well, it's tuckercarlson.com. Not that we're plugging anybody.
No, we're not plugging anybody. I mean, but like it's just and it's just scary, bro, because he's like he's saying, you know, I had great relationships with motherfuckers and with Bill Clinton. He's like, I had great relationship with Bush. He goes, Bush is portrayed as this dumbass country boy by American media, but American media is liars. He's actually an intelligent man, and he gets manipulated easily. And he goes, why do you think Bush didn't have his security when he was in Russia? He goes, why do you think Bush and I were actually close and he felt more comfortable in Russia than he did over there? The pressure. And, you know, and I'm thinking, like, it's just like
they take care of our people when they go overseas. Russia,
they
the Middle East, they take care of our people.
Yeah, they sent Tucker to a ballet before the thing. Just said, "Hey, welcome to Russia. Enjoy."
Did you see?
I don't even like ballet. Well, I guess like pro wrestling, but I'm saying I would go to. You know what I mean? But like,
well, did you see the kebab shop that hasn't let an American in like 10 to 15 years? Let Tucker Carlson come eat.
That's dope.
I think that says a lot. You know, I think there's a lot of misconception of how we're accepted. It's when you're the dumb American that follows MSNBC and CNN and all these controlled news networks. Yeah, they probably don't like you. But when you're an open-minded citizen of like, dude, we're not the one. We'll just say majority of Americans, man, we don't want this shit. You know, like we really don't want wartime. We don't want our kids dying. We don't want to see other people dying for no reason.
But that's
now, I will say,
you don't want the war. You don't want the war.
I do want to see Iran get bombed. I'm just saying, I'm not necessarily for war, but I think retaliation is a must in certain situations, and we look like a bunch of fucking pussies.
Well, he don't want the war. He because like he was saying that these lines have been his since the 16th century, and that Ukraine to Putin means. Or not Putin. Ukraine and Russia was just like known as the outskirts, like just the shit land. And then it became something, and they wanted their own freedom and things like that. God.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, that's for you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're not even showing that. Get out of here, Jimmy.
That tickled my soul.
Right. I'm not even plugging that. I'm not even plugging that. What I'm saying is, though, you get acknowledged, though, Ryan. What I'm saying is that Putin doesn't even want this shit, and he's saying that there was one creepy thing that he did say. He said, "Ask Lloyd how he's doing. Ask Ambassador Lloyd how he's doing." Like,
yeah, because look, they bodied him, and nobody. I just had a conversation with a customer. I'm like, look. Russia doesn't lie to their people like America does. Like,
but I want to show you how he's
savage.
I want to show you how he said. Here. When you watch it, this is exactly how the motherfucker said it to you.
Like a boss. I bet.
No, I hope you can see. He's got the legs crossed and he goes. Ask Ambassador, how's he doing? Ask him how he's doing. I'm like,
because hey, look, we bodied him and we got his body, baby. Like it's.
He's like, that's Condoleezza Rice. How's she doing? And I'm like, all like, dude, but basically he said he tried to get invited to fucking NATO. He even expressed interest in joining NATO, and they declined on it. And so
that's because real life Russia would be a world power if they were given fair play. They're a world power already, but imagine they get the same playing field that America has. Excuse me. It's a totally different world, man. Like, I watched a video that I talked about to you about this, about the, we're not ready for civil war. Man, You drop 100 Russians in a room with 100 Americans, the average American, obese, fat, out of shape, with 100 Russians, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I bet you 100 Russians walk out, probably 87 left.
Yeah,
I bet you they beat damn near every regular American to death.
absolutely. They show it in the UFC, man. Why do you think any
The
dude
baddest
who's
motherfuckers.
first name or any last name that ends with a V, you're fucked. Like
Some
if
bad boys.
you'll see on the card, Timmy Taylor will be fighting
Victor
Hushka,
Big-
Tibna Pushka. Fucking, then they show like the training highlights of Timmy Taylor, like, you know, just hitting pads and rolling. And they show Gummakuff like wrestling bears when he was a fucking child, bro.
Real shit.
And so,
Beating them
like,
with
that's how
spitting all
Khabib
types
became
of shit.
famous, man.
Hey, well, I mean, still nobody better than John Jones, but you know, I'm just saying, it's the baddest man on the planet.
Dude, Federer was Russian.
You talking about Fedor
Yeah,
Emelianenko?
yeah, man.
Bad boy. He was putting in work.
It was Russian. But, dude, speaking of dad shit, what's up with you, man?
Man, look, I think I told you we had an incident in school. Did I tell you we didn't have a chance to talk about that of physical contact and me having to explain to him that look, you keep your hands to yourself. And I just don't understand where schools nowadays let the kids play violent. Like, he plays this game called Zombies. I had to tell him, like, look, you're no longer playing this game, okay? If it involves biting and hitting, sit your ass down, go play hide and seek, play tag, play some normal shit. Because, one, you're a 47-inch 5-year-old who's bigger than the average 5-year-old. You're going to hurt him even when you don't mean to, man. So just please stop dad from having to come up here because you want to act a fool, okay? I get it. In your mind, you're playing. You're the same age. And, like, it's hard to explain that to a kid. But it's at the same point, man, like, I need the school to do their part and don't let them play this shit. Because if you let them play it and my son wants to partake in the game, which I've told him not to, I'm also the asshole that's like, no, you can't play with your friends. It's not fair to him. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to be realistic about the situation. Hey, man, we're on camera here, Devin.
No. Yeah. I'm not trying to dig for gold. I'm just like, dude.
Hey, the nose hairs will fucking kill you, especially with a mustache like you got.
Like, man.
But
shout out to my
what's going on, Dad, your way?
Bro, the boys, and I mean the boys. So Oliver is like the fucking spokesman now, and it's like fucking hilarious. And when they called their dad to see if they could stay the night, it was Sam's idea to stay the night, and Sam was selling us on why he needs to fucking stay the night. And I said, all right, well, is it Sam that's going to stay the night and Oliver goes home with his mom and dad? Or are you boys staying with Mimi and Goku? And Oliver comes running out, controller in hand. Both of us are staying. And I was like, so Carrie's like, all right, call your dad and ask him. Fucking call him up. Eric answers the phone. And Sam's, getting all excited. He's like, and Oliver fucking jumps up, grabs the phone. Hey, Dad, me and Sam, we're gonna just stay the night tonight at Mimi and Goku's. And Sam's like, yeah, and fucking done deal, dude. But that taught me Oliver is fucking the fucking corporate union rep, man. So that's all that's new there. They got in trouble for making mud bombs today.
What is a mud bomb? I got to hear this.
So they were planting their cars at the bottom porch of the deck because they're homeschooled. So during their playtime, and I caught them after they did their shit. When I came home, they were doing it. They put all their little toys outside the deck, and they went to this little mud pit where Nathan cleaned up fucking shit a while ago, and they made like little mud balls, and they put them in the top of their truck, and then they went to the top of the deck. And they just go, all right, let's do it. They just dropped the mud balls on their little toys, and they just thought it was the coolest fucking thing whenever these mud balls hit their little, these little cars, like, from the deck. And
that's some good accuracy to hit it from the deck.
It's a big-ass mess out there.
The mess sucks, but, hey, you got to give them props. That's hell of accuracy to drop it off the deck and hit the car.
Right, dude. And it's the fact that they thought of this game as, like, funny is, like, because they play Mario Kart. That's the only thing I can think of is like the Choco Tower.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm a grown ass man, and if we were, trying to hit the car, I'd get way too into that game. Like,
Hey, I mean,
I'd be trying to hit it. I'm just saying.
And the fact that the amount of mud that's down there, I can only imagine the amount of trips. Because I'm looking around, I'm seeing mud fucking everywhere, even down here. Like the amount of trips that they made, like mud balls.
You know what that is? That's dedication and perseverance.
Creativity.
Hey, creativity too, but you got to give them dedication and perseverance because they kept going. And as a dad, like this is why I think I'm not, I feel like I'm a good dad, but at the same point, I try to find the positives in the things that are being done. You know what I mean? Like at least you persisted, you were consistent, you dedicated the time, and it sounds terrible, but it's like, but if we put this in the right area.
Well, we're also glad Sam's staying here because he's apparently been sleepwalking like at his house. But over here,
he sleeps good.
Yeah, like
he's got the protector there, man.
I mean, he's got his mom and dad there too.
I know you don't want me calling you, but when you got Goku in the building, I'm just saying.
I was saying, but it's just, I guess, dude. I mean, now that you said that, I can't get him off my hip.
You're his go-to. You're his guy.
Jeez, I didn't even think about that. All right, well, I got some soul searching here to do after this. But yeah, dude, he all he wants to do is like sit next to me. Like when he's eating, he has to sit like, and I'm not talking across the table. Like his chair is touching my fucking chair, and he's interlocking my arm while he's eating, and he looks tired as shit. And Molly said he's been sleepwalking. Like I don't know, so we're gonna monitor it. So I mean,
what I just want to say is, from a dad's point of view, as a dad, like. You can't beat the fact that he has his faith in you and his trust in you.
Hey, man.
I know it's got to make you feel good at some point. Like, I know the one thing I love hearing is, you're the best dad. And I'm like, oh, what do you want?
Yeah.
You want a ninja toy? What do you want from me? I'm going to give it to you. What do you want? Like,
so I was in the bathroom and Sam didn't know I was home yet. And Carrie goes, all right, if you could tell Goku, if Goku is here, what would you tell him and what are you going to do? This was literally today. And I don't know this. And he said, I would say you're awesome. And can we play Plants vs. Zombies? And I came out and I was playing the Triple H theme song, The King, because that's, bow down for, because King Samuel. All right. So his face was like, what the fuck you doing here? And so I went ahead and I finally got to piss. And he goes, you are awesome. And I want to play Plants vs. Zombies. And I was like, whoa, like what the? I didn't even, because when I got home, dude, it was boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? And like, so.
Yeah, you had a
eventful day.
I was going to say heart-wrenching day.
Yeah.
Heart-racing day.
On and over. Back to script. I mean, family's my everything. Fucking. And I hate, dads. Like I said, it's like literally I was like trying to think about how to word this. It's like when no matter what we do in life, we're always kids. And it's like whenever something happens, like I just, man, I love you, Stacey J. And it's just like fucking, I don't know. Next. But where's the fucking button? We've been talking about all this thing and Jimmy's on a smoke break. Jimmy. Yeah, there we go. Volume. God, fire Jimmy for the love of free guy anywhere else. Other than that, though, man, how's it feeling being back at work, man?
It feels like I'm where I'm supposed to be, providing, secure. It's one of those things that I think any man will, say this. If you're not bringing in the income that you want to be bringing in, right? Like it makes us feel insecure. It makes you inferior, right? And I'm one of those people that I pride myself on. I can provide, right? Not only can I protect you and secure the fort, but I can provide. I can make sure that what we need is done. What we need to get taken care of is taken care of. That is, in my mind, one of my strongest characteristics as a man, as well as a dad. But I'm going to get it done by any means necessary.
I went back today, and today was the first. I get paid a day early with USA or cheap plug. But what I'm saying is, That's just how it. But so I'm not trying. I worked really hard last night, or not last night, last
Yeah,
month, and
you wore your ass out.
it was a game plan that me and Jared put together, and I literally just fucking stuck to it. And it was exhausting, but like I don't really pat myself on the back this much or give myself props, but my paycheck was the largest I have seen since since February of last year. And that was when I was under a different guy in a different department. And then before that was another paycheck, which was like huge. It was 22. But the fact is like it's all. I'm just really proud of myself, man. Like it fucking took a lot of hard work. I made more than I thought I was gonna make, and I still missed a markup bonus by 5 cents.
Damn.
So that's what. Yeah, and to a guy that doesn't even work here anymore. And so it's just it's okay. It's you learn, and it was a lot of hard work. And I literally read a book, The Mamba Mentality, and one of the things that Kobe said that I thought was really cool was that you build your foundation brick by brick until it accumulates to miles, so eventually you're known around the world.
Boom.
And that fucking was just and so that's what prompted my ass to go in at the 6 o'clock. Prompted my ass to work until the fucking 9.
And I do want to say I respect your grind because, like,
I got it from my
hey,
grandfather.
look, but check me out, man. Look, my dad woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work, right? And so I get mad at myself some days because I'm like, look, wake up. You're gonna go in early. You're gonna get the bag. But that alarm goes off, and I'm like, man, fuck that. I was like, I'll work tonight, and then overtime. We got the 7 to 9s running right now.
Yeah,
it's like you want to feel proud of yourself when you work that overtime, but then at the same point, I'm just doing what needs to be done, right? So it's hard to be proud of yourself for doing what needs to be done. And we're in a short month. Anybody in sales knows this. Shortest month of the year, baby. We got to do
right. That's what my wife is starting to understand, bro. And like we kind of accumulate it. Like when I am working the OT at home, we make sure the boys aren't here. We make sure the dogs are locked up. And Carrie sits her ass next to me. Just whether she's playing on her phone, I just got to be around her still.
I was going to say, I bet you that, but that probably ups your sales.
It does.
And look, the crazy part is having that person that I'm going to say, not necessarily want to impress, but you want to put on that cape. You know what I mean? Like this is who you got, baby. You know what I mean? Like
I get it.
You really want to show out. Like for me, when my son got in trouble, I had him sitting on the couch right here, right? While I was taking calls and I was pitching, but I'm looking at him, right? And like he's just smiling and he's like, and he's winking at me, and you know what I mean? Like little things. And then on one of the calls, I said, I mean, wouldn't you agree? That makes a lot of sense, right? And he goes, yeah. And like it melted my heart, but at the same point, it gave me all the confidence boost that like, hey, look, my 5-year-old gets it. I know you get it. So like, what's that card number, baby?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So that's what I had this, I'm not going to go in depth, but long story short, I did get her to crack a grin. She's not here. I keep pointing under her chair, but I got her to crack a grin because this guy was being mean and whatever. And he was one of those, habitual, callers that are mean. They just showed Vince McMahon. Holy crap. And, sorry. Oh, squirrel. But I was saying this. Right. And it's like, so basically he was being mean and, I was slowing him down and, got information and I took all of his, oldness away. And at the end of the day, I, got him what he wanted. And but I said, so if I was to do this right now, would this be a visa? And he said, and he goes, wait, we're going to do it? And I go, yeah, I'll just do it right now. And he just,
can't do nothing but say, okay.
Like,
you lead him to water, got to make him drink.
Yeah, right. I was like, with having my wife there, man, it was really fucking cool. Because it's like
an ego boost.
This guy can't hurt me.
Well, I want to stay on this for a minute because and again, this is just us shooting the shit. We're kind of unwinding from what's been a busy week. We go right into the beginning of the month. We don't get a chance to just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes. So I'm just curious, as a salesman, okay, I want the salesman Devin here. What are your 3 least favorite reasons for not buying? And then just for our listeners out there that do this, you know what I mean? We got a lot of people that listen to us that tune in. What is your number one, like, and I'm going to give you an example here. So like one of the things I I gotta pray on it, right? I'm religious, so like for me to say that's a pet peeve is a real thing, right? Now my immediate comeback to it, obviously, is I break down the discounts we're providing, things like this. I go into the the man that was on the roof with the 3 boats that came by, and God asked him, or he wanted to ask God what happened, why he didn't save me, and he's like, I sent you 3 boats. So I go into this conversation, but at the end of the day, hey man, your prayer was answered when you made the phone call, because that we're going to take care of you, right?
Yeah.
And I think that one there
positive.
is like that really gets under my skin. I don't know why. So I'm curious, what is one for you? We don't even got to do 3, but just what's the main one?
There's not even. I don't like have one. I don't.
What?
I don't. I mean, because
I hate a spouse.
I mean, here's the thing. Here,
Man
I
with
mean,
no
I
backbone.
don't. Listen, Stacey J, repeat after me. Listen, for real. Close your eyes.
I'm listening.
Close your close your eyes. Close your eyes.
You. My eyes are closed, Devin.
Here we go. I'm a good salesman.
I'm an amazing salesman.
Nope. I'm a good salesman.
I'm an amazing salesman, but I'm a good salesman.
I'm a good salesman.
I'm a good salesman.
That is all I think to myself whenever they are giving me the bullshit after I know the initial objection, because everything else is dumb. And so I just remind myself that I'm good and I trust the process, just like I do anything.
Well, that's a good one. And I will say, I'll shout out Rich on this one, my manager, not Brown Nosing here, because everybody knows on my team how I hate a Brown Noser. I've sold this deal before. Like, that is something he said to me one day in the coaching. He was like, there's not a call you haven't sold. He was like, you've sold this call before. So relax. And I think that for me, like when I think about when people are having a bad day, like that's what goes through my head is like, calm down. You sold this deal before. You sold it, so it sounds weird, but it definitely has helped me.
But it's just like anything, if you think about it, especially with us, because our job is repetition. Just like a baseball player is repetition. Different venue, same distance from the mound.
And we got the same stats as a baseball player.
Right.
Real shit.
Just,
you hit 300,
football.
You're good.
Right. Or football, it's same fucking gridiron across the board. Or, just like when these NASA motherfuckers prepare, same Hollywood set as before. But this way you get everything set up. It's just repetition is key.
But like you said, it goes in your repetition, what you're saying, it goes into life. It goes into being a dad, right?
And that's what I think, I love our company. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just that I always, oh, God, get out of
here. Hey, look, when he said that, when I read that, I got mad inside. Hey, that's so funny because I'm sorry, but that one there, you're not wrong, Ryan.
You're not wrong, Ryan.
That's a very good
But we'll go over that later, like privately. I'll go over with you how to get over that. I'm not going to give my shit to the millions. Like I was giving Stacey J my shit, and he turned his ship around, and like I was happy.
I got on
fuck.
there and smacked their ass at the end of the month. I went from number like 7 on the team to number 2, and was chasing down number 2.
Right.
Hey, this month though, I'm number 1. I guarantee, like by the time the month is done, I'll be number 1. I'm calling it now.
And now that we get to dip, never mind. Hang on. Hey, Jimmy. So Putin was like, bro, I'm going to finish the 30 minutes, but that interview, he is literally like saying, I'm creating bricks to eliminate America's dollar. Like that's what he wants done because
he said that.
Yeah, the way he said it is like he sees America funding neo-Nazism.
They are.
That's what, and that's what he's trying to
We're the Third Reich. Nobody wants to talk about. We're the Third Reich. But let me digress. Go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
No. You are like, this is what he said, and I know there's going to be so many people that are getting butthurt about this. Again, I am not left. I am not right. I am not fucking wrong.
Hey, and
I'm the guy.
He is.
I am the guy that is sitting on the sideline waiting for the fucking aliens so I can be like, guys.
Devin is the person that when I start talking politics, he's like, all right, I don't care. Right? Like, this is me being real. Like, Devin is not the person to pick a side. Devin is the one who's like, what's best for the country. He's not Republican. He's not Democrat. He is just, it is what it is. I can't control it. You
And
know,
I like the way Tucker, him and Tucker, the way they were talking was, I mean, Tucker was still Tucker, bro. He wasn't backing down from the hard questions. He, the way Putin was very in control. Like Putin was very, this is how, like like he'll be talking about like I'm not, oh God, he was basically explaining something, and Tucker wanted to go on a branch question, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like,
he wanted to segue in a different direction.
well, no, because he would say something like, he's like, when they're building nuclear fucking bioweapons shit and America's funding it, and I don't want that shit that close to fucking Russia, to
That makes
real
sense.
Russia.
That makes sense.
And then that's where Tucker's like, well, hold on, you think with the weapons? And he goes like, and Putin being a fucking pimp is like, I'm gonna answer that question, but first I'm going to finish what I was saying. And he fucking like,
He's the boss.
dude, and like motherfucker. So again, bro, it's I need to know the other 30 minutes. It's crazy. And then The Rock, I guess he's the heel Rock now. So what the fuck did I even buy for Philly tickets? God, what's gonna?
Hey, I find it funny that not only did he come in and take control, but then he made himself the star of the show too. And I don't even watch wrestling, and I think that shit's hilarious. Like, hey, how more egotistical could you be?
I think I know what they're trying to do. I think, like, from what they're saying, they're trying to eliminate the McMahon family, McMahon era after all that shit. I mean, they got rid of everyone who's affiliated with McMahon right now, bro. They took Brock Lesnar off the title or off the cover of the wrestling cover, whatever the fuck. They took him out of the Royal Rumble completely. They got rid of all backstage mofos affiliated with it. They got rid of the entire X-Production crowd.
Well, I mean, when you're right now, we're in an era where like it's a crackdown on anything SA related, right? So, and I say it that way because I want us to be able to still talk on here. But
no, yeah,
it's one of those things that what took so long to get to this point? When you really think about it, I mean, we grew up in the era where, keep your hands to yourself. You don't do things you shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be touching people that don't want to be touched. But at the other side of this, right, I just want to say that, people that are paid for their services, right, they have a title for that. It starts with a P and ends with Stu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
So you're mad that you took the position of one of those people. And what did you didn't get what you wanted because you accepted the offer, right? Sex work is one of the biggest lines of work right now in the world. I mean, you got OF, you got all this shit that, people are trying to, monetize what they were born with, right? Doesn't mean they have a skill set, doesn't mean anything like that. It just means they're trying to monetize what they were born with. At what point do we say stop it all? Or consent to it all, right? Because we know about the red light districts. We know about all this shit that goes on in the world, right? This is a real thing.
It is in Japan.
So, I mean, you got Amsterdam, Japan, New Orleans. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of places
Philippines.
This is a normal thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, either we're going to say we don't accept any of it, and we're going to shut down OF, and we're going to shut down it all. Or you're going to have to say that she signed the contract. She accepted her job. She knew what her job was. She should be locked up too because it's illegal.
It's going to see how it pans out. But what I think they're doing, they're trying to recreate history as to where, like, okay, when you think of professional wrestling, you think of the Rhodes family, and you get to think of the Samoan people, the Samoan family. Because that's how it literally. And so, motherfuckers, that's. The Rock somehow ended up on the board of TKO like out of nowhere. And then next thing you know, he's in the main event of WrestleMania.
And it's all politics.
And he's getting booed left and right.
But at the same point, you got to have a person they hate that sells, sells. People hated Mayweather. People literally paid millions of dollars to try to watch somebody lose. And he never did. Sometimes being the bad guy, it pays, man. Hell, Conor McGregor. He had that long reign of I'm the bad guy, gets paid. Every sport has it. You know what I mean? And people come to see you lose. Hell, you think about Colorado State or Colorado University with Deion Sanders. How many people paid in hopes of seeing someone lose?
That's where we're probably going, dude.
But I mean, these are the real things that.
No, you just said it. We're probably going to be where The Rock is now like the new Vince McMahon. Remember Vince McMahon was a dickhead?
Mm-hmm.
And people paid to see him be a dickhead and fucking lose to Stone Cold.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try to make The Rock like this next Vince McMahon because he is a realistic board member. And like I said, flushing the McMahon era, right? I mean, as you just said, you're God, that's no.
I mean, again, I don't watch wrestling, so it's a little bit harder for me to relate. But I just think about any sport you monetize the villain. They make the most money. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went to when the Colts were here in town. I went to go see them, just hoping Peyton would lose because he was just so fucking good.
Damn. But that's a real thing. I mean, you got to think how many people wanted to see Lamar Jackson fail. Which I'm just gonna say, Ravens quarterback, and I'm just gonna say flat out,
I'm on his team.
But my whole thing is this, right? And I don't mean to talk sports on you, but
no, I like him.
If you stick to the script, you win normally, right? That's what we do for a living. Lamar Jackson, they beat the Chiefs multiple times. Okay. Why is it they didn't stick to the script? Run the ball. Like, I've never thought that the NFL was scripted. The more and more of the shit that comes and goes, I'm starting to really think, man, this shit is scripted. Like, you're a running team and you didn't run the ball. Make it make sense. You know, like what is the monetary gain here of them losing, the other winning? But then there's this other side of it, and this isn't bringing race into play, right? But let's call it what it is. There are a lot more black quarterbacks, right? What's more scary to a neo-Nazi society than a black leader? A successful black leader.
And so that's why Putin wants to literally get rid. And that's what he said. There was a town hall. There was an ambassador of Ukraine. They had footage of it. He was showing it. It was just recently where this parliament building of Ukraine was welcoming Nazi former motherfuckers. And they are all just cheering the fuck out of them and like doing the little salute hootie. And fucking everything, like, and this was recent. And he's
that's
like,
scary as fuck that they were doing the salute.
Oh yeah, he's like, this is where your tax dollars been going, and the Nazi old fuckers are like crying, like, thank you for acknowledging me. And it's like, bro, this is where our tax dollars is going,
Should've
man.
bombed the fuck out of that building.
Like, dude, there's motherfucking like small businesses in Ukraine right now are flourishing. And do you know why, man? I don't need to tell you why, man. It's our tax dollars, man.
Oh, well, I mean, we're paying a third. I mean, when I see the statistic, we pay a third of the public service workers' incomes, from firefighters to teachers in Ukraine. We American people, our tax dollars pay a third of their incomes. When we have homeless veterans, we have the highest expense in healthcare, period.
Yep.
Like, hell, I know you just seen Maine is giving away, I want to say it's Maine, 2 years of free housing to immigrants. Make this shit make sense. Like, how the hell do we have homeless people that fought for our country that they would have never even had PTSD or the mental disorders they have had they not served our country? Okay. And we don't reward them, but we reward illegal immigrants. And again, I'm not saying immigrants. I'm saying illegal immigrants. I'm saying people that are here not doing it the right way, not doing what they're supposed to do. I don't care where you come from if you do the shit right, right? But the fact we're giving these people driver's license, the right to buy firearms, basically all the rights that Americans want, free healthcare, housing, $1,000 fucking credit cards to spend each month, but it's only for food. Why can't we do that for our people? You know, Kentucky is like the poorest state in the union.
Yeah.
Why the hell ain't we helping these people? If we're
I
going to
wanna
help somebody
know-
with expenses, matter of fact, hell, don't even help us with expenses. Quit making profitable inflation. The shit doesn't cost any more. They've already proven that it didn't cost more. Inflation is a complete fucking hoax. Let my eggs go back to fucking $1.99. Let my milk go back to
Also-
$3. Like, let my shit just go back normal.
Please don't take my fucking word for it. The interview is out there and it's free.
Oh,
You
hey,
just-
Tucker
like, you know what I mean?
I'm
Like-
gonna watch it right after.
Like it is, it's, bro.
It's
like,
ridiculous
it's-
because Putin is more pro-American than most people ever know. And I've known
That's
this
the thing,
from when he
he's
was
giving
interviewed
props.
when
to
he was interviewed by Barbara Walters back in the day. He never slandered America. He slanders the people in power of America.
That's it.
And he's literally telling Americans, like, look at this. They want to say I'm bad, but I take care of my people.
Yeah.
I take care of my people. Why doesn't your president take care of you?
That's what he said. He's like, do you know where your tax dollars are going? Like he's
Nope.
showing, they're showing clips of like, and I know everyone's just gonna, dude, I'm not trying to say orchestrated or what the fuck. I'm
It's time
just
to overthrow
saying
the government.
when I'm saying when 2 + 2 = fucking 4, right? When
No. In America, it's 5. What are you talking about?
that's what I'm saying, and everyone's trying to tell you it's 5, or they're trying to distract us. I find it really fucking weird. They must have known this interview was going to get dropped or something, because it's like all of a sudden there was an extra press conference in the NFL, and the WWE one was like,
Oh, they know what they're doing. They're trying to suppress the real news.
this shit dropped at 5, and so the shit dropped at 5.
Hey, we need to defend Tucker Carlson. Like, people need to really be protecting that man because he's the only person that is really – he's given up his comfortable life, his comfortable position to go into the uncomfortable journalism that journalists are supposed to want to do.
Bro.
He's the only one that wants to be a real journalist. Candace Owen fights the fight too, but this man is actually jumping on planes and going to what are our enemies' territory.
He cuts a
and
4-minute promo too. Yeah, he cuts a 4. He's like, "Hey, I'm Tucker Carlson here outside of the Kremlin, and just to let you know, this is." Oh, he was super. I don't know if I went over that. He was super Julius Caesar type, like, or whatever the fuck. You know, when he was like, I didn't kill Caesar because I hate him. I just love Rome more. And Tucker's like, look, I'm not here because I love Putin. I'm not here because I love Russia. He's like, I'm here because I love America. And he's like, and the American people are being suppressed. And he's like, he goes, this is self-funded. He goes, I paid for my own flight, our own hotel. We have paid for everything. And he goes, we have not received any. He goes, we have received ballet tickets. He goes, but it's ballet. And he's like, he's super transparent as fuck.
All over the world likes Tucker Carlson because he's an honest journalist. He's non-biased. He's whatever you want to do.
Putin roasts the fuck out of him for like the first 20 minutes, and it's absolutely hilarious. Shame on me for thinking like that, but it's like the dude rips him. And he's like, who bought you your fancy stuff? Who bought like you're going to Fox News and shit.
That's the truth, because I think it took a long time for I'm gonna say this. I hope there's more people in journalism that take the time as he did to educate themselves on reality and not just live in their bubble on the hill.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that, I mean, and I'll say we fall in this category too, because we make good money. You know, it's not my problem, right? But when it's an American problem, it's all of our problem, because eventually shit rolls downhill and eventually it's going to roll into your yard. And when it does, you need to be educated on what's coming, because we're at a point in time that this is the most volatile we've ever been as a country.
He talks about nuclear shit as well, bro.
This is the time that, no, you're fine. This is a time that the world has never despised us at this level since Vietnam.
Well, and here's the thing. His take on the whole nuclear shit was really off-guardy too, because he was like, I'm not trying to nuke anybody. He's like, it's my own backyard. I'm basically telling y'all to get out of my backyard.
Yeah, take that
Stop
shit
putting
elsewhere.
nuclear weapons. Right. And he's like, I'm not, and he's like, and so he's like, I'm not the big bag boogeyman stories that y'all are. He goes, those are boogeyman stories. And so
I mean, if you think about it, if he was what they said, wouldn't he have already hit a nuke?
right, bro.
They've been saying this shit forever. So if he really was the person they try to present him as, I don't know. I mean, fuck.
What was his name? Secretary what, bro?
Lloyd Austin.
Hey, ask how Secretary Lloyd doing.
And that right there should be the proof in the pudding that America will lie to us to make us feel comfortable. It's like the person who's hugging you and sticking a knife in your back at the same time. It's the same thing.
Watch the interview, bro. How's Secretary Lloyd doing?
That made me alone want to watch it. I was watching it either way because I know it was going to be a big talking point for us next week. I thought it came out at 8 today. I didn't know it came out at 5, or I would have already watched it. But I'm sorry for being late to the party, guys. I wish
that's why I didn't start it till the drive and or whatnot. And so this way, we're excited, and we're gonna make sure that we finish it. And because the guy speaks really. Again, I'm not trying to let him. I'm swayed one way or another.
Honesty's honesty, though.
But yeah, it's just a different outlook. It's like it just makes you go, huh? You know what I mean? It's just one of because they're showing. It's not just a straight up interview. They're like showing videos and shit like that as well. And so,
well, that's the thing about Putin is he is very big on proof. Like he was the first person that showed original photos of Christ and original photos of the 12 apostles. And this is a whole nother long story. But when he walked in and he said, the fact that they lie to you over who your God is should tell you that they lie to you about everything.
Holy shit!
Like, yeah, look that up. I'm gonna give that to homework as all of our listeners. Look up Putin walking through the Kremlin and showing original artwork. It blew my mind. And then he started talking about how China has these original artworks, how it's all over the world except for in America. And I think it says a lot about how far gone we are in suppression of truth, but how far gone we are in neo-Nazism. And it's a scary thought, but I know I'm friends with a lot of white guys. I'm going to tell the truth. I don't think that the neo-Nazis walk really among us except for those small groups of hate. It's normally in the higher ups. Like you had Band of Brothers, you know what I mean? Like, there's black men that will fight for you, white men that'll fight for you. It's the same thing. All of us on this regular playing field are more united than we are separate. We all pay the same price for milk. We all pay the same price for eggs. We all bleed red. We're not here to compete against each other. And if we are, that's a damn shame you think that way because we're all fighting for the same goal to provide for our families, take care of our families, and just live a happy life. And if a color of a skin bothers you enough to make you not live a happy life, that's fucking pretty pitiful. Because in reality, that black guy or that white guy might be the guy that pulls over and changes your tire. He might be the guy that, helps you out into a place that you didn't know. Color is so far gone. We should be so far past it. It's a shame we're not, because, the reality is we're not. But stop and have a conversation with the person you never thought you would talk to. Walk away amazed by the person that they are.
Yeah, I do it every day at work, dude. If I see someone sitting alone when I'm on a 15er, I'll walk up if I don't know them. Hey, may I join you? And if they say no, which no one has, I sit down like, hey, how's your day going? What department you work in? You like pro wrestling? And
I could just see that being one of your main questions.
Bro, that's literally what it is. And then everyone that I ask, like, yeah, I do actually. I'm like, yeah, no, girl, hey, don't you think they're like booking Charlotte like fucking shit? And like Andrade and her should like be like this fucking duo or just small talk or whatever. But yeah, dude, I'm the pro wrestling guy, man.
Which ain't a problem. That just shows that you have something you like. And I think a lot of people need to find that thing they like rather than bash people for what they do like. We all got different shit we like. Hell, I'm into archery. I love guns. You know what I mean? Like everybody has their own thing.
I actually want to get into archery.
Hey, I got a standard longbow downstairs.
I need to buy one. I think I could turn this into an archery range, and the boys would love it.
Honestly, you just get a styrofoam target.
Yeah.
And like I have a styrofoam target, get the right tips so it doesn't fly through the backyard and in your neighbor's house.
No, I'll just do it right here. Yeah,
Nathan's
up here in 2 weeks.
Hey, and Nathan, I appreciate that you like the daily goal because that's a real thing. It'll expand people's minds into something that it'll really blow your mind. And I say this because I think about how many people I've had conversations with, right? That they walk up, they have a conversation, and their mind blown. They're like, damn, I didn't know you were into that. Well, why would you? If you're judging a book by its cover, you would never know.
You first of all, can I share a win, bro? Like, fucking, this really made my day with everything my mom had going on. She remembered I like comic books, so she got me the Dark Avengers series.
Hey.
And I already read it, and then Carrie and I went to a comic book store, and your boy made.
I seen you up.
Bro, your boy was all these little old school classics, baby. Like I am about to start this new one where it's called Savage Avengers, and I was $2, so it was a steal. And I'm about to start that series, but I'm excited as shit. But I love comics, and not a lot of people know that, and so that's why.
I'll say you'd be surprised how many people around the I mean, you probably because you talk to everybody. So, but I'll say there's so many people at the job that are into anime, that are into comics, and it's something that I've never got into. I had friends that were into all of it, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, all the other, One Punch Man and things like that. Like I know of them. I grew up in the household where we were into UFC, we were into boxing. We watched. So it was never that I was against it. It was just I was so used to real life combat that when I got into that, I'm like, my brain doesn't necessarily compute the thought process of this. Whereas had I been introduced to it at a young age, I would probably be into it all the way. But again, this is where you get into everybody has their likes, right? Like I like reading. I don't read all the time, but if I have a book of, I like to read. People don't know these things. But again, and I will say archery is probably for me, it's one of the conversations that if you want to talk about the ability to focus, pick up a bow.
And breath control.
Control, elbow up. You got to have that elbow high. Got to keep it straight. It's the same place where you point your finger. Like there's so much to it that putting a well-placed arrow is totally different than putting a well-placed round.
Yeah, we're fucking building it for sure.
Hey, let me know because, honestly, I love that. Like, I have literally, next time you're over, I'll show you. I got a little standard longbow. Like, I'm talking about damn near as tall as me. I'm about to change the pool. It had an 80-pound pool on it. I'm going to drop it down to a 55-pound pool because that's what the professional archers are using, and it gives you the same amount of impact, and it lets it be a little more accurate. You're not so shaky. You know what I mean when you're holding it, but. It's one of those things that if you're trying to train focus and you're trying to just, again,
honestly, we're gonna have to do it.
Let me know.
Well, no, it's the 20 because so Nathan comes up here once a year. Well, he comes up here a lot of years, but a lot of times during the. What I'm saying, there's always this one weekend I have outlined where we do yard work, and I know it sounds stupid, but it's just basically to get dead branches or dead leaves or old shit, and I'd clean my garage out and I have my buddy come pick up shit. And that's the weekend Nathan's coming, and I could literally picture a longbow on my work desk right here, like just shooting targets right there where the whiteboard is. And
hey, so
Nathan can, and if you guys can picture it, because been in my house.
So what's crazy is working sales, right? One of the one of the coolest conversations I had was with a guy who trains Olympic archery shooters.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I was like, what would you say is your biggest tip? He said, on every commercial break, grab your bow, draw your bow, and hold it steady at a light switch. He said, just holding it, the muscle memory that'll come from it will make that much of a difference. And when I tell you, it makes that much of a difference. Dude. It's the little things that pick a person's brain. Pick a stranger's brain today. Pick a stranger's brain tomorrow. Just try it. The worst that can happen is they say no or they look at you crazy. And at that point, you just, hey, I'll just keep it pushing,
I had no clue you were into archery, bro. Like I used to dress up as fucking not Red Robin.
Peter Pan?
No, Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Okay.
Yeah, dude. But everybody loves the Archer, man.
And you'd be surprised, man. Like, again, I mean, everybody who knows me knows I like. It's another big one. I like bowling. Like, just random shit that most people wouldn't know.
Bowling and pool.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting ready to get into.
Hey,
Dude,
we
look.
need to do a bowling league, Devin. We need to do a Two Tired Dads bowling team.
A bowling
I'm so
night.
serious. No, a bowling team. They got it where one night a week they do a league. And we should get into that, man. That'd be fucking sick.
Don't you toxicize my mind.
Hey, Ryan.
Uh,
I fuck with you, Ryan. I love you, Ryan. You the man.
all right. I'm Devin James.
I'm Stacy Bonds.
We are
Two
Tired
Tired
Dads.
Dads.
Love you guys. Man.
Hey, we got people all ready to go for the bowling. Hey, let's make that happen.
Oh, I guess we got. Oh, we're bowling. We're bowling.
Let's make it happen. Look, that would be so much fun. It gets
See,
y'all
we're still
ladies.
talking
Our
because
girls can
Jimmy
join us.
isn't doing his fucking job. All right.